Hi everybody, I'd like to welcome you today. It's Saturday, Easter weekend, and I would like to show you just a cute little tulip pot that I got from a very close friend and fellow demonstrator. And so I made a whole bunch of these actually too. I've made them before, but I kind of forgot and I had that pattern. But was my reminder from my friend Deb Orm and fellow demonstrator. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my version of the cute little tulip pot. So I'm going to turn this down now for you. Anyways, and first off, what I used was the Timeless Tulips stamp set for this, but I also selected a greeting for Mother's Day because I've made enough Easter cards, so I decided I'd make a Mother's Day card just in preparation. I thought it was a pretty cute flower arrangement for Mother's Day as well. So I took the Mother's Day greeting from Tea Together. And just a little heads up on this here. We're going to use the Tulip Builder punch on this project too. So this is just a little tip on how you can actually line these up so that they will fit onto a block. So if you take your leaf and just lay it onto there, and then lay your tulip onto this, you're going to first punch that template with your punch onto just a piece, and then just take your block and go in and pick them up. And then they should work quite nicely with that. Or you can also use this same idea of a template if you're going to make mass amounts of them using your Stamparatus. So that was just a quick little tip on a quick way to set that up. So first off, you're going to need a piece of cardstock for the pot, and this is 4 inches by 8.5 inches. I'm going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. I'll start off with the 3/4 of an inch first. Bring in the handy Stampin' Up! Scoring and cutting tool, and then again at 4 1/4, and then the last one at 7 3/4. You have to bring that little extra arm out. You probably can't see it in the picture, but I opened it up and brought my extra arm base out. So I've got it scored at 3/4, 4 1/4, and 7 3/4. So the next thing I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take it over to my Big Shot, and I'm going to run it through the Subtles embossing folder. And Debbie, she used the basket weave folder. So hopefully I'm not too long doing this because you'll get bored. You'll have to run it through twice because the folder isn't quite wide enough to do it just one time. So it'll take just a second longer to do that. And then, as you can see, that's what that's going to look like. I can still see where I've got my fold lines, so I'm going to fold it along the 4 1/2 inch line. Bring in my little bowl, my bone folder, and give it a good press down. And this is the top of the pot. I'm going to turn them the opposite direction. It's going to look like this. And this line, you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be on the back of your pot anyways. So then the other thing I did is I measured over, get a little pencil here. I measured over 3/4 of an inch from this edge and 3/4 of an inch over from this edge. And then I brought my paper cutter back in again. So in order to do this, all I did was line up where the crease is on the top of the pot and the line that we made, and use your cutter and it'll cut through both layers. And I did the same on the other side to get you that. I kind of liked it. It looked like those little terracotta pots. I made a whole pile of these and sent them out to some friends for Easter. So it's going to be looking like this. So then after that, you're going to bring in, I just liked a liquid glue. And you just need a very fine line along the inside edge of that pot. 2 spots. And then we're just going to glue this here down. I'm just going to put the glue on both sides of it. And squish them down together. There. It's going to look like this. If I can turn it that way so it's not upside down for you. That's the right way. And then I'm going to use my this ribbon, and it's called Striped Burlap Trim. I believe this one is actually retired ribbon, if I remember correctly. And we're going to need about 4 inches of that. Find my scissors here. Clean up my mess here. And then what I did is I just used my snail adhesive to adhere this one here. Put some along it. I like it better than the liquid glue for adhering this on. Then you can just take your scissors and trim off the excess if you've got it a little wider. And for the greeting, I have just a small scrap piece of material for the greeting. And I'm going to use crushed curry. That's the color of this cardstock, is crushed curry. So I'm just going to stamp my greeting. Happy Mother's Day. Now I'm gonna run this through the Big Shot as well. And the die that I used for that is this one, and it comes from Stitched So Sweetly die set. It's kind of perfect for that. And we're going to add, put it on a couple of dimensionals to hold it in place. And we'll pull these off of here. To turn this around so I'm not looking at it upside down. Yeah, and I'm just going to stick that in here. There, that's pretty cute. What do you think? It's looking cute. And I think I'm going to decorate that with a butterfly. I have these butterflies from a previous item that we had out. Some designer paper that you could just use the butterfly duet punch and punch those out. So just going to use a few of the mini glue dots that I had these left from a paper pumpkin kit. So I don't know if you've never subscribed to Paper Pumpkin. It's really pretty nice. You get everything you need to make. Usually it's most of the time it's cards, but not always. You get everything you need to make. You get a mini ink pad. You get cutouts, die cutouts, and you get the cardstock and envelopes. Everything that you need to make probably between 8 and 10 cards normally is what the kit has in it. And now so now we're going to do the tulip portion of this. I'll just set this aside. So you're going to need a piece 2 by 5 inches. That's going to be your pull, your little pull. This will fit inside here with your, and we're going to attach our tulips on here. But anyway, and then I've gone ahead and stamped my tulips already. I used Rocco Rose, Grapefruit Groove, Poppy Parade, Gorgeous Grape, Crushed Curry, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, and for the leaves I used Pear Pizzazz. Now I have a whole bunch of extra leaves, but I should have had these spaced slightly closer and I could have gotten 3 on there. So now we're going to punch out these pieces. I'm going to go right over here and I'm going to punch my leaves first on this side. And I have a spare one, so I'm going to pull out a third one. I used 3 and I made 7 tulips, but that's entirely up to you. You can do whatever number in your pot that you want. So now I have to go, and now I need to go over to this side to punch the other tulips. I'm going to have pieces all over the place when I do this. This is a quick way, and it's sometimes a little quicker than using the dies. Punches are quite convenient to use, and you don't have to have a die cutting machine to cut them. So these are quite valuable. So right now you can purchase the tulips in a bundle, and you would get the tulip stamp set, Timeless Tulips, as well as this punch. So I've actually made a lot of projects using this. And I forgot to tell you, this piece that I stamped all this on is 2 1/4 by 11 inches. So that's the perfect amount. And then here's all of our tulips punched out. So then all I did was I took this piece and I put a little pull tab on the top of them. I used this braided burlap trim for that. And I just snipped a piece, I don't know, just over 1 inch, probably about 1 1/4 inches long. I used that. And my stapler, and I just stapled this up at the top, just so there's something to grab when you want to pull them out of the thing. So I just did that. And you can put these on whatever order you want, but I just put a little bit of glue along the bottom, like that. Doesn't take too much. And you can put these in whatever kind of order that you... I don't think I like that one there. I think I'll go with it here. give us a little bit more color up top there. I'm going to put this one up here. And the last one, I'm just going to tuck it in here. And now all you have to do is just, I just put a little glue on the leaves and tuck them in behind somewhere, wherever you like them to go. I think I'm going to put this one on this edge here, that one. Oops. And I just need one more leaf. I got a whole bag full of them. I made a few other projects and I actually stamped a leaf for everything. So anyway, so there, that just is going to look like this. And I am going to put, I think I'm just going to say hello on the top of that. A little lock for that. And I'm going to use the crushed curry again. The inside, just turn it so I can get a good look at it here. There. And that is finished. It just is going to slip in there like that. Now, if you wanted, you could cut just a little bit off the bottom of your tab so that these tulips kind of tuck right into the pot. I think I'll do that. I think I'll just cut off just maybe. Could have had them placed a little wee bit lower down there. That kind of finishes it. Now this, with having this many tulips and a little more space on them, they won't fit into a regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch envelope, but they do fit in a legal envelope. So anyway, I'm not sure whether this one's longer. Yeah, this one's 6 inches long, so it's not going to fit in your regular envelope. So hope you've enjoyed this short little tutorial on how to put this cute little flower pot together. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again.